Most people fail in online business. Most people fail in e-com. Most people fail with an agency. Most people fail with any sort of business they can possibly think of and start it. And the reason is because they end up trying or they stop trying when it's about to get hard and when they don't see results after a couple weeks. They don't do the same effort, they don't try as hard as before. And that's reality. And I'm telling you, if you can just overcome the first weeks, the first months, and just keep going and make sure you follow a right blueprint, there's literally nothing that can hold you back from actually succeeding in this and achieving your goals. Because the majority of people, they try something and they all have these dreams and they all have these goals and they're super ambitious and they're super motivated to get started with it. But when shit hits the fan, and they came to the conclusion that it's actually gonna require quite a lot of work and quite a lot of mental work most of the time, not even like real physical work, because at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're just typing on a computer. We are maybe doing some phone calls, maybe doing some calls here and there with people, meetings. We're typing on a computer, we're clicking some buttons, we are maybe recording some content, like whatever we're doing, right? That is not really the hardest part, in my opinion. In my opinion, the most hardest part is the mental state and the mental toughness you have to create. That is, to me, the serious hard work. Working when you don't feel like it, working when you've had literally 5 setbacks in a day. I actually had some setbacks today and I still keep working and I still made this video. Even though it's night right now and I'd rather lay on the couch and watch some random YouTube video. If I'm totally brutally honest, I'd rather do that now. But I know if I want to succeed in business in long term, if I want to reach my maximum potential, I gotta fight the mental game and fight the mental toughness and fight my comfortable self, my weak self, against my maximum potential self, right? So most of the time it's mental. So when you don't see results or when you try for a bit and you don't get the payoff right away, it's also mental, right? You cannot escape the mental fact. You cannot escape that it's gonna require mental strength and a great mindset. There's literally no way you're going to escape this if you are choosing to build an online business, if you're choosing to make money online, learn an online income skill, if you don't want to take the average route, basically. It's gonna require a mental toughness to a certain degree of you to achieve your goals eventually, right? So what I want to tell you in this video, guys, is make sure you're tough. Make sure you're mentally tough, because if you're not, you will never actually reach your goals and you will just keep on falling back into your normal simple habits. You will keep on falling back doing the same things over and over again. So create this mental toughness for yourself by setting a list of tasks you need to complete every single day, by knowing you are someone who is worthy of more. That's really how you gotta view yourself. You gotta be very selfish. You gotta have a big ego to eventually make it. You really gotta feel you are worth for something more. Because whenever you have the setback, whenever you don't see the results for the first couple of weeks, couple of months, you know that you cannot settle because you are destined for more. You know you have more inside of you. You know your version, your ultimate version is living a better life, and he will not stop, he or she will not stop at this point when it's getting a little bit tough, or when things don't work out, or when you have a setback, or even when you lose a big amount of money, right? Most people would just be very negative and get a worse view about themselves, and like become more miserable, self-sabotage themselves. But it's so important to be mentally strong and tell yourself what would your ultimate version, what would your maximum potential of yourself, what would he do or what would she do in this specific situation? Would that person quit? Would that person be a victim, cry about things and think and say, "Oh, it's so hard. I cannot believe this is happening to me," and all that bullshit? Or would this person take it how it is, see what you can learn from it, and just go on, move forward? Because at the end of the day, that's what we all need to do. If we don't do this, and if we choose comfort and we escape our reality, we escape our feelings, we end up normal. We end up in the same situation, right? Because if you're not on your goals yet, if you're not living your dream life yet, it's all because you've made the same decisions over and over again. And maybe you've tried making some money online. Maybe you've tried discovering some online making money online methods, or you've maybe started your business. Maybe you've even made some money. Maybe you even were profitable, but you quit and you try again and it's not working because you keep on making the same mistakes. You gotta have a very good understanding of the pattern you are following every single day, every single week, every single month, where you will end up, right? So it's super important to have a clear overview of what you are essentially doing, so you can see your own bottlenecks and you can see where you have to go harder, or where you gotta be mentally more strong and push through and push even harder and go even harder when there is a mistake, when people doubt you, or when you don't get the views, or when you don't get the sales, or when people reject you, or whatever happens. There should even be a reason to go even harder, and it should be a test to exceed your current self, right? That's the thing, and that's why it's all mental, because most people will only see these setbacks and these things when they lose money and all those things as negative things, and it would never grow onto becoming a better version of themselves. So the conclusion of this video, guys, is be mentally super strong and be super self-analytical to yourself. See where you're lacking and know this is a mental game. And yeah, be very self-critical to yourself. Where are you lacking? Where are you not acting up your fullest potential? Always think, what would my ultimate potential, what would my ultimate version do in this situation when this occurs, when this thing is happening, when this client is not happy, or when this product is not good quality, or when this customer is complaining, or when this payment processor is frozen, or when this video is not getting views, or whatever setback you might have, because you're gonna have a lot throughout. Think, what would your ultimate version of yourself do? Think about it.